Hello, Inchworms and Grasshopper friends. It's Alana from Balani, and I miss you guys like crazy. We're heading into the third week here of not being able to meet because of the current conditions of what's going on. And personally, I am settling into doing school at home with my kids. Also, you might hear my dog in the background because I am pretty much doing all of my work from home now, including seeing my therapy clients via video. And so, we had temporarily decided to pause classes for 2 weeks. And now, just with the current restrictions that are in place, it looks like it's going to be a little while longer. And so I wanted to try to come up with a way that I could reach out to all of you and try to maybe provide a little bit of connection, provide a little bit of information, provide a little bit of, maybe some inspiration for some things to do at home with your kiddos while you guys are spending some more time there right now. I was back and forth between trying to do maybe some live classes, but I think that can be really difficult with live video chat with having kids around and finding a good time. So I thought maybe I could create just some short videos like this for you guys, to provide a little bit of information, and I'll send them out to you, once a week with, some attachments that might provide, again, some inspiration for play or a resource. And so this is the first of those. And this week, what I really want to just focus on is how you guys are doing. This is a lot. And I think for a lot of us, it came up pretty fast, this idea that we really had to be restricting what we were doing, being cut off from a lot of the ways that normally we are connected and moving about in the world. For those of you guys who do, work outside the home, those situations probably have changed. And, I have been thinking of you guys in particular, just because, to me, somewhat this has felt a little bit reminiscent of being at home with a newborn baby and, being kind of cut off and having my regular life being changed around. And, for a lot of you, that happened not too long ago. And probably a lot of you were kind of feeling like you were finally in a pretty decent rhythm, and you had your places that you went and your friends that you saw and, the things that you were doing with your child. And now that has temporarily been halted. And so, I know for some people that's been really difficult. And so I just want to acknowledge that. And if you're feeling that way, I just want to acknowledge that you're not the only one, and that this is tricky for a lot of people. And so today, what I wanted to just, spend some time doing is just reminding you guys about the importance of really being very clear about what you guys need in order to make this situation work for you, based on what's possible. I mean, obviously not everything is possible right now, but, just kind of taking a look at some of those main areas of things that, might kind of have gotten off track for you, or ways that you might have to think about doing things in a little bit more of a creative way. So for example, thinking about the idea of the amount of alone or downtime that, you might need or want, or have built in for yourself through various activities outside the home that maybe you're not getting right now. So if you're a person who needs 15 to 20 minutes of quiet to themselves, how can you get that right now? Can you go out and sit in your car alone for a little while, when your partner gets home, if your partner is still leaving for work? Or, can you try to create some opportunities where you might be able to, move a little, get out, in the neighborhood, run, walk, whatever it is you enjoy doing. In terms of connection with other people, if what you're craving is, that connection with friends, is it time to maybe think about moving from doing, just kind of texting and stuff to maybe doing like a video call, or having a virtual coffee, or, a virtual cocktail at the end of the day, or something like that? Are there family members that you're feeling isolated from that you want to try to connect with in a different way? For some people, it's not just the talking, it's also the experiences. And so, I've seen people be really creative with doing things like, playing Scrabble via video, or, resurrecting things like Words with Friends, even to be, kind of connected, playing a game together. But just, this is just that reminder to stop for a minute and check in with yourself about what it is you feel like you're missing, and how can you get that in some form right now. Is it movement? Is it connection? Is it alone time? And really take this as a reminder this week to prioritize that for yourself, and to speak with your partner, speak with, whoever it is that's kind of in your circle, who could help help you, create that for yourself, please, please, please take this as kind of that urging to do that for yourselves. And then the other thing I think that is important to look at is just kind of where your stress level is at. I know that there are some real concerns out there for people who are going to the store and not finding baby wipes when they need baby wipes, or diapers when they need diapers. I also just want to extend myself as a potential resource. I'm plugged in with a lot of different groups and people and things like that. And, if you're in a position where you don't want to be kind of going out with your child, which I completely understand, several times to try to find what you need, and, delivery is not an option for those items right now, please reach out, send me an email, ask me, what I might know about how to, get my hands on something, and I will do my best to help you out. As somebody who is in a helping profession, and as somebody who really gets a lot of professional fulfillment and joy each week from, hanging out in that purple room with you guys and watching your kids discover new capabilities and talking with you all. I am just desperate to find ways to connect and help you. So please take advantage of that. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is just that idea of, being really careful about your news intake right now. Being at home with small children and trying to keep things regular and fun and interesting, and just dealing with that regular challenge of, the everyday feeding and sleeping and all the developmental things that are going on with them is a lot anyway. Dealing with the grief that you might feel about lost experiences or, missed connections with people right now is a lot. Piling on a lot of information about the news of the world may or may not be the best thing for you right now. And so I just want to again offer, this is maybe a reminder that it's okay to just kind of concentrate on what's going on in your own little corner of the world, and, what you, your neighbors, your family might need, and kind of check out a little bit from some of the stressful news at large. It doesn't mean just not stay informed, but it just means that it's okay to put some limits on that for yourself right now. To that end, one of the links that I'm going to send out to you guys is, something that I find to be very calming in times like this. I think it's a nice thing to get in the habit of saying and doing with your child. It's just a little bit of a meditation on, it's called a meditation on love and kindness. And, some of you who've done groups with me before may have already received this as a handout, but I think this is a perfect opportunity to use it, because in taking a moment to reflect and to, send love and care and good wishes out into the world, and then progressively kind of get closer and closer and send that back toward your loved ones and finally yourself, it does bring with it some release of anxiety and some peace. And I think that it's just a good kind of way to get yourself into a good headspace for the day, or to end your day by being in a good headspace. So I'll send that link out to you guys as well. And then the other piece is something that I do talk about a lot, which is that idea of mindfulness, which just means being aware of what you're doing in the present moment and being intentional with that, and trying to resist that urge to constantly be multitasking, which is one of those things that a lot of times, especially when we're trying to parent and, take care of household tasks and, maybe try to do something for ourselves, like we feel like we're constantly torn in 10 different directions. And so the other resource that I'm just sending out is just that kind of reminder to be in that habit of, when you're feeling frazzled, when you're feeling, kind of torn in 10 directions, when you're feeling like you can't take one more second of noise, to just kind of stop and think, like, what is my first priority right now? What is the first things first? What is the first thing I'm going to do? And then I'm going to do one thing at a time and kind of tackle my list, or go down that kind of triage of the things that need to be taken care of. So anyway, I will send those resources out to you guys. And then in another little bit, I'll send you guys out some information about gross motor activities. I'm sure some of your kiddos are feeling a little restless. Even if they're on the younger side, they're probably starting to experience this as a very different situation. And just some ideas of ways that you can handle that around the house, and trying to incorporate different things that you probably already have on hand to be able to meet that need for your kids. So reach out if you need anything. I miss you all so much. I hope that you guys are doing well, and I will look forward to speaking with you in this format again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.